Buddy, it's your boy Universal Veteran here again with another video, and today I'm in my truck. I'm at work right now and I'm pretty much sitting here bored. I have nothing to do. I'm at my second stop right now in Winona, Wisconsin, or Winona, Minnesota, sorry, waiting to deliver this load. I got here about 30 minutes ago, about 6:45. And it's currently like 7:05 and I can't go in there until 7:30. So I thought, hell, might as well make a video. So I want to cover everything that I cover. I covered this stuff with the paperwork and everything a few months ago, and might as well cover it again. Telling you guys a little bit what's going on and how Hogan's going, since I haven't uploaded a video like that in a while. And I pretty much just sat in my room and upstairs and pretty much told you what's going on. As you can see, I'm telling the truth, I'm in my truck. So I talked to you guys a few months ago, actually it was probably the first month when I got to Hogan, about what I do and how my loads and everything work. It's pretty self-explanatory, it's pretty easy, but it's easy for me since I'm working here, but it's for somebody who is trying to come onto this account, who is having questions about what you do on a daily basis and how you get it done. I'll explain it maybe in a little bit better detail than what I did last time. So my day started this morning, or last morning, and I call my dispatcher at 10 a.m. I call him, doing my regular check-in like every driver does, and I ask him, okay, it was Steve that was working, so I was like, Steve, what am I doing today? So he says, okay, you're going to be docking out at 11:30 tonight. You have 3 stops. One is in oh shit, I don't know, whatever. One stop there, Winona, Wisconsin, or Winona, Minnesota, and then you have a 3rd stop in Oskaloosa, Wisconsin. I don't know, Oskaloosa, Wisconsin. Dock out time is 11:30. So call Phil at 10:30. Be here at 11. Dock out 11:30. So that's what I do. Get off the phone. Okay, that works perfectly. Go to sleep around 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I get about 8 hours of sleep. So go to sleep at 2. I wake up at 10 o'clock. I pretty much get ready, shit, shower, shave, do all that stuff. And then at 10:30, I leave my house and I drive to the DC. The DC is 23 miles away from my house, so it takes me about 30 minutes to get there. I get there at 11 o'clock. First thing I do is when I get in there, and I'll go park my car. I'll get in my truck, do my pre-trip inspection on my truck, and then I will drive my truck from the little parking lot in the DC over to the back area of where the dispatchers are at. I'll go park my truck over there and I will go inside, and then Phil will hand me paperwork that looks like this. Let's show you. So you're gonna get this piece of paper, you're gonna get this, or you're first gonna get this. This is basically your bill of lading. This is basically, okay, it's not your bill of lading, but it's your perishable log. It pretty much, you're logging everything that you're doing on this piece of paper. As you can see, I will go into more detail with this in a minute. But you'll get this piece of paper, you'll get this organic receiving checklist, and then you'll get this paperwork. You'll get this paperwork. Basically what you do is after you get your paperwork, you go back into your truck. Well, I go back in my truck. I go hook up to the trailer, which my trailer is, if you can see that, 895, which is right there, 895137. That's my trailer number. I hook up to the trailer, do my pre-trip inspection on the trailer. Once I've done my pre-trip inspection on the trailer, which takes about 20-30 minutes to do, and then I leave. I drive around, go to the guard shack. The guard shack, what you're going to do is you're going to hand him your pre-trip inspection. You get another piece of paper that comes in a binder, and you basically, if there's any defaults or anything on it, you write it all down at the pre-trip, and then you go to the guard shack, you stop, you get out of your truck, go into the guard shack, and you give him that piece of paper. Then he's going to give you, since I had 3 stops, there's 3 copies. It's originally, there's a green, there's a blue, and then there's a yellow sheet. You're going to sign each one of these, as you can see, sign at the bottom right there. You're going to sign all 3 of them, and then you're going to rip off the green. The green goes to the guard shack, and then you take these 2 copies. So I got, since I still have one more stop, I got this, and then I got the other one. Then it's pretty much driving to the stop. You're driving to the store, which my store, like I said, it was in Wisconsin. I forgot the name. The paperwork's right there, but don't worry about it. It was about 218 miles. I left at 11:30 and I got there at I think like 3:45, yeah. Got there at 3:45. I pretty much went to sleep until I got there at 3:45, backed into the dock of the actual Target store, and then after I did that, I went to sleep for an hour until 4:46 because that's what time the store was, 4:46. Got in there, and then I pretty much, what you do is when you go in there, you have to stand inside the Target, and you pretty much have to watch them take the pallets off. So you're gonna get in there, you're gonna give them the paperwork. They're gonna take the paperwork and they're gonna open up, they're gonna check your seal on your trailer to make sure your seal's correct. Then they're gonna tear that off. You're gonna open up the doors, you're gonna lift up the gate, I can't think of the word, the gate, so they can connects the dock to the trailer, yeah, whatever the word is. And then basically they're going to start taking pallets out, and then while they're doing that, you're going to basically watch and look at your paperwork to make sure that they're taking the right pallets off. So let's get into the paperwork aspect of this. So I'll try and angle this a little bit better. So hopefully you guys can see that. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Let me move. So you're first going to start off and you're going to get, like I said, this piece of paper. This piece of paper, let's move it over. Yeah, this piece of paper, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see this because I'm kind of angling this weird. So, you know, fuck it, we're going to try this way. So, this piece of paper, you're going to have your date, your carrier, your trailer, you're going to have your route number. It's going to have your dock load temperature. There basically it was 34, -15, and then 34. And then you write down in your dock set temperature what it was set at, and then what your actual temperature was on the trailer. Then you're going to get your store number, which is the stop 1 was your store number. Then you're going to get the bill of lading number, and then you're going to get the scheduled time of arrival, which was set 4:46 this morning. And then basically everything after that, the store writes down once you get to that store. So once I got in the store and they started taking the pallets off, once they got all the pallets off that was originally theirs, they start writing everything down, like the actual arrival temperature. This was the set temperature when I arrived, which is 34, -15, 34 when I got at the store. And then my actual temperature, what it was at when I got to the store, which is 35, -11, it was 34. Then they're going to write down the seal that they verified, how many the bulkheads were in place. Basically, they're the doors that separate the sections inside the trailer, basically from your cold to your refrigerator to your freezer. That makes sense. And then they're going to write that down, and then they're going to make sure, yes, the bulkheads are in place. How well can you guys see this? Let me hold this up. So bulkheads were in place, then the load locks, straps in place, yes. Plastic pallets being returned, basically pallets that after they're done taking all the boxes and the product off the truck, you got the pallets that are underneath support and everything, how many pallets they're going to be returning. So they were returning 11, and then let's see, you guys pretty much can read it all from right there. I'm going to keep a video right there so you guys can read it. So if you want to stop and look at it, then you can look at it. Then yeah, there's pretty much how many pallet separators being returned, they put none. Banana blankets being returned, they put none. The loaded, how many pallets they're supposed to receive, which was 2 frozen and then 10 refrigerated, and then how many pallets they actually did receive, which is 2 freezer and 10 refrigerated. And then they're gonna have like the banana, they're gonna have like the temperatures. The temperatures is the banana pulp, which is the bananas that they have to take a temperature of that, which was 55.5 degrees. The refrigerated product with the sections were 37.5, and then the frozen, which was -4.5. And then they're going to apply a new seal. They're going to apply the new seal, which I'm not going to tell you the seal, but whatever. And then they sign the receiver signs, they print their name, and then I sign, and then that's done for stops 1. Then that's done with this paperwork. Then they're going to take the organic receiving checklist. I don't do anything with this, they just take it. And then what they're going to do with this is they're going to sign the bottom of this paperwork, the 3 sheets that I originally had, the 2 sheets, and then they're going to take the blue, I'm going to take the yellow. And then that's it. Next store. And then you do the same process again. Now, the way that they monitor which pallets they're taking off is because at the third sheet right here, you have a checklist of everything that's going to be in where the pallets are at and how they're placed. So as you can see, this is exactly, the green was my first stop. So they took off all those, and then the pink is my second stop, and the purple is my third stop. So that's basically just a diagram of them knowing what they're supposed to take off. Now, after all the stores are done, after everything's done, basically what I'm going to have left is I'm going to have this original copy, I'm going to have this, and then since I have 3 stores, I'm going to have 3 yellow sheets. I have 2 more sheets actually in there. I have one, it just basically what the miles are on the trailer, and then what the hours on are for the reefer unit. And then you have a post-trip inspection sheet, and then yeah, so after I get done with the third store, I drive to the DC. My day's pretty much done. I go fuel my trailer in a Flying J, whichever's closest, whatever's closest to me. I go fuel my trailer, and then I go back to the DC. Once I get to the DC, I'm going to hand them all these copies. Actually, I'm going to hold on to the yellow copies because the yellow copies go to your dispatcher once you get done. I'm going to hand them this paper. I'm going to hand them the trailer miles and all that paperwork, and then I'm going to hand them the post-trip inspection. They're going to take all this and the receipt. Remember, you have to give them the receipt for the to show them that you did fuel the reefer, so they know that there's enough fuel in it, so it doesn't run out of fuel halfway into them loading up the product into that trailer. And then you're going to hand them this paperwork, the receipt, the miles, and then the post-trip inspection, and then give them your ID so they know who you are. And then they're going to take all copies of that. They're going to give you copies. They're going to keep the original. You put the copies with a copy of your receipt plus your yellow paperwork. You put it into that green binder that they give you when your shift started, and then you give that back to the dispatcher, and then your day's done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It is very fucking simple. It is a very easy process. Like I said, I've been here for about 4.5 months now, almost 5 months, and it is by far the easiest thing that I've ever done with any company out there. It is stupid, retarded, easily. I mean, it's once you get to the routine, it's not that hard. It really isn't. But yeah, so other than that, other than the process of how everything's going, Hogan's still doing good. I'm still enjoying this company. I talked to Matt, and they said that we're going to be getting a new dispatcher soon. They had like 3 interviews this week, and they'll be getting a new dispatcher, which I don't know when that's going to happen. He said hopefully by next week we'll have another dispatcher in there, which should be nice. I'm trying to think of something else. It's about the same routine every day, guys. I mean, once I got into that routine, I'm doing the same thing every single day. So everything I just broke down to you in the last 13 minutes of this video is pretty much everything that I do every single night, every single day, every time I go to work. It's that simple. It's my routine. That's what I do, and that's how I get it done. And then after I get done with the DC, after I give my paperwork, pretty much go back in before I give them the paperwork, pretty much go park the trailer, unhook from the trailer, and then I bobtail to a little parking area, go inside dispatcher, give him the fucking paperwork, and then I go back outside, drive my truck around to the parking lot, get in my car, drive home, and then I go home, and that's it. Yeah, so this job really is easy, guys. I do recommend coming here. I mean, it's the easiest thing you could possibly do as a truck driver, and I can't imagine I couldn't imagine going anywhere else right now. This is my dream job, the dream place that I want to be, and I am completely happy where I'm at, and I do not expect to be leaving this company anytime soon. So yeah, so that's the breakdown of this video. I probably have to go inside in about 5-10 minutes, put my shoes on, go back in there and deliver these 2 fucking pallets that I got to deliver, and then drive to the third stop, which is only 28 miles away. But hopefully I'm going to try and upload this video before I start driving to the third stop. It might upload in that period of time, I don't know. But yeah, that was the breakdown of Hogan, the Target account here in Cedar Falls, Iowa. If you did enjoy this video, as always, drop a like down below, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace as always. Have a nice night, guys.